Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. My daughter's home from college, so I'm making her favorite meal, which is meatloaf. So I always tell people that one of my favorite things to do with my mixer is to actually make meatloaf. People think that's funny, but I really love my mixer for making meatloaf. So I'm gonna put this together for you and show you. So I have a pound of ground beef. Whoops. Dumped it in there without taking the beater out. We're using this beater that has the built-in scraper. And so I'm gonna put a pound of ground beef in there. And then I'm gonna use my twist and chop because I'm telling you, this thing is probably the most amazing thing ever. See how the lights are blue right now? As soon as you open the lid, the lights are not blue anymore because it will not work with the lid off, okay? That's really important. You need the lid on so that, it won't shoot things everywhere. Also, this blade's gonna work its way up and down in addition to turning around. So I'm putting some garlic in, and I grabbed my 5-inch Santoku knife from my knife block, which is our forged cutlery knives. We have actually 2 knife blocks now. We have the one that has 6 knives plus room for your steak knives. And additional knives, which is the bigger block. And then we have a smaller new sleek block, which holds just 4 knives. The knives are the same, but the handles are gray instead of black. And they still have your lifetime guarantee. Okay, so I'm gonna put the onion in there. So I got an onion and 2 cloves of garlic. I lost my lid, here we go. So watch this, what happens. Even when the lid is on, but not closed, it's not locked, the blue lights are not on. Then the blue lights go on. So let's chop our onion up. I don't know, it takes less than 10 seconds. About 5. I want it chopped pretty thoroughly. Oops, I forgot to turn it off. All right, look at that. 5 seconds to a chopped onion and garlic. So we're gonna throw that into the mixer. Just gotta scrape it out here. Let me move this camera over here so you can see the mixer a little bit better. There you go. I love the handle on this bowl. It makes it so easy to get the bowl in and out, off of there. All right, so I'm gonna put in 1 egg, 1 pound of ground beef, 1 onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and about 1/3 of a cup of seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. I'm gonna close this. I have all these different settings on the side with timers, but I'm gonna use the one called Mix, okay? And I'm gonna put it on for about 45 seconds. So it started at a 230, it gets to 145. Let's see how fast this mixes the meatloaf. And so much better than I could do it. I can't do it nearly as fast as it can. While it's doing that, I'm putting some olive oil in my pan to get ready to cook my my meatloaf. Then I'm going to show you what else I do with my meatloaf in a minute. All right, just about ready there. I love this because I am going to put my hands in it a little bit in order to make it into loaves. You notice how the speed just increased? Of course, now it's time to turn it off. Okay, let's show you this. Super quick, getting it done. I don't know why my thing's being funny. Okay, so I'm gonna make this into a couple small loaves because I wanna eat pretty soon. I have my skillet on the stove top with some olive oil in it. This is the stainless nonstick skillet, 12 inches across, okay? So I'm gonna put my 3 meat loaves in there. I know a lot of people cook meatloaf in a loaf pan in the oven, but this is the way my mom did it, so this is the way I do it. So I put it in she used to use electric frying pan, and I did that for years, but I realized I can do it on the stove top just as easily. So there we go, put it on the stove top. Gotta wash my hands up because they got meat on all of them, but not as much meat as they would have otherwise. Okay, so I'm gonna brown these on all the sides, okay? And then I'm grabbing my smooth edge can opener, and I have tomato sauce, okay? Put your smooth edge can opener on the top. So, whoops, once it's, obviously didn't hook it on. I was just gonna say, if it holds it, then you know it's ready. Once these are browned on all 4 sides, you know, the middle still won't be cooked, but the outside will be brown. Once you get to the end, turn it the other way, use the little bird beak, and lift the lid right off, okay? So once they're brown on all 4 sides, I will pour this sauce over the top, and then I will cover it and let it cook on the stovetop for a little bit. It makes the sauce so tasty. I know it seems like, wow, you're really just throwing a can of tomato sauce on there, but it's something to do with the ground beef and the olive oil, all the flavors, and this frying pan with the stainless net in it really makes a big difference, because a little bit of the ground beef is going to stick to the frying pan. I was going to take this off, but my hands are all wet, so it doesn't want to do that. I want to show you the net in here. Sorry, holding my phone upside down on accident. See that nonstick net? It purposely shows the stainless steel through it. And the reason for that is for meals like this. If you're making pork chops, you're making, you know, hamburgers, steaks, any kind of chicken in here, and you're going to want to make a gravy. It makes the meat stick to the pan a little bit, so when you move it, you get a little bit of meat stuck back behind, which is called fond, F-O-N-D. And then when you go to add your gravy ingredients, they mix into the gravy and they make it so delicious. So that's one of the reasons this tastes so good. And then I'm going to serve it over some rice, which I have a ton of leftover rice from a few days ago, so we're just going to serve it over some leftover rice. You know, planned overs. I love planned overs. So I hope you enjoyed my mom's meatloaf. Like I said, it's my youngest daughter's favorite thing, so we're having it for dinner tonight. You can go ahead and hit share, and your friends will be able to see this recipe made and see all of my tools. Now, if one of these tools is on your wish list, then you should talk with me, because in March and April you can choose any item at 60% off, which of course you can, and you always get half price items when you have your own party, that is. So we can do a live in-person party, or we can do a virtual party depending on where you live. Thanks so much. Make sure you follow me at Michelle's Kitchen Inspiration on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. There's hundreds of videos on my YouTube channel. So you're bored and you're at the doctor's office or at the airport or wherever watching your kids or waiting for your kids to come out of soccer practice, you can go ahead and watch my cooking videos on YouTube. Michelle's Kitchen Inspiration. Thanks so much. Have a great evening.